Hello, hello, hello. Audio. Hopefully, I got some good audio coming in there. I have been. I've broke like two pair of headphones so far that are wires because they um uh, get caught up on my tennis shoe. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it, man. I don't think so. If you're a af if you're like in the mode of you know you keep see my problem with you, bro. This is my problem with you. Okay, I understand that you're trying to make content. I get that you go and you get your rocks off on double standard shit, you know. So I mean, I don't go looking for enemies. I'm not trying to make enemies. I never did. All I did was defend myself. And I defended myself a lot further and brought more drama to my defense than I did the people who were actually provoking me. So if you want to make your bones with somebody, okay, and say that you attack my disabilities and make fun of me, why in the hell would I have you on my panel, dude? You know what? Here, I'll give you the chance. I mean, you came up, you pour and bomb me. You don't even know me. You didn't say two words to me, dude. If anything, you have played the bully between me and you. There is nobody else. Your action, my reaction, my action, your reaction. It's that simple. We're not talking about nobody else. Carry your own flame, carry your own weight. And see, that's what makes people like you. I'll bring you up and I'll tell you to your face that, you have no legitimate reason to attack somebody you don't even know. The only thing you're attacking is something that you like to use as an scapegoat when people were putting smear campaigns out on me. And by the way, AFA, you're liable for that. See, a lot of people are just starting to learn that. See, but the only problem is when it goes over state lines, you can't get other jurisdictions. You can't get other jurisdictions to enforce court orders. Okay? So, for an example, if I brought you into my jurisdiction, had you all that, and you didn't show, I can win that default and take that default to your jurisdiction and I cannot get your judge to bring you into court or have anybody serve you them papers. It's as good as it's as good as toilet paper. Okay, vice versa. So that's why I'm laughing at these clowns for what they're talking about as far as suing each other the way they do. Now, if you guys live in the same town, that'd be a totally different thing. But as far as like people holding each other accountable for the things that they're doing and the laws that they're breaking and the civil issues, for monetary gain, all that other dumb shit that it goes into, yeah, I could. And what you've done is made yourself complicit with people that you've chosen to roll with. And all you've done in the legitimate world now, out here in this fake ass world is another thing. But in the legitimate world, all you've done is show that you're a bully. That's all you've done. And that's just my opinion of you. I don't need to cuss you out. I don't need to get off on you and continue to give you space to fully assassinate my character and the person that I am and my disabilities. That's a low blow, dude. You don't know nothing about me. You know that I'm a loud person. I can be obnoxious. I can use language that's as unbecoming of not being proper or professional, not a good content maker at all. Because I do this on the fly, man. I just speak my mind. And I do have my belief system. And you know what? Here, you're on block. You want to come up here? Go ahead, memorialize your own behavior, bro. I've never come to your channel and attacked you. Never. I've never come up on your panel and make an ass out of myself. You did that. Yeah. Why are you here then? See, this is the kind of bullshit I'm talking about. For the little people that I do have that have a brain, look what he's saying right here. I don't need you for content, Wolvy. You are not only on any of the videos of mine, 1A, not one panel, not just my downtime. I only hate the police. Dude. All right, it's unlocked, baby. Excuse me, y'all. Had to push a button. Well, there's your dialogue. Come on up. There it is. Dude, I didn't block you, man. I don't know why you keep saying that. Come under your original, dude. Come under Max. That dark side shit, that's not you. That's one of your sock accounts that you made. You free of thinking American. Remember that? Remember that one? Remember that one? That was and F Nantifa. Yeah, that was the real you that was coming in. All right. Everything else besides that, them are sock accounts, dude. I told you I'll leave the sock accounts down. I'm not going to let them through. If that's who you want to be, unfortunately, when the mods see it, they're going to keep hitting it because they know it's a sock account, and that's the new rule. I don't. If I know people got a bunch of sock accounts coming in, I'm not gonna let them come in. I'm just not gonna let them come in that way. I mean, you got one guy with 9 sock accounts and making it in your chat. What kind of a person does that besides an agitator trying to bring fucking chaos to people? You know? Not what I'm trying to get accomplished. Hey, Slow, how you doing, bud? Oh, the link. Oh, I thought I had dropped the link, guys. I am so sorry. I thought I dropped the freaking link. Jesus. Yeah. See, I'm getting dumber by the day. Can't help it. But y'all want to make fun of that, you can. I guess it's shows you what kind of a human being you really are. Yeah, I'm not, but you said, I'm just going off of what you said, though. I have 3, these ain't sock accounts either, bro. These are real channels. They ain't sock accounts. They got channels. They got subscribers to them. All 3 of them do it. All of them do. So they make sock accounts, bro.
I mean, it's not your main channel. It's still a sock account.
Well, no, it's not. It's got different 3 different channels, bro. It's got subscribers. I go on there. I even go live on them. There's content on them right now. You're on all 3. You're on 3 out of 5 channels that I have. They're real. They're not sock accounts. Everybody knows it's Wolverine, and I'm not coming in trying to deceive you. Nope.
Did you know that you won 3 different times with 3 different names?
Yeah. And right. You got Wolverine Transparency. You got Downiver Transparency. and then you got Cool Hand Luke. Them are all real channels. They have subscribers, and you're live on them right now. On all.
Yeah, I know. What's up, Josh?
What's up, dude?
How are you, buddy?
I'm all right. I didn't make it to your show. I popped in, then I popped out because I was cooking food that's slow cooking until tomorrow. So, my bad.
Sounds good.
Listen, Wolvy, I want to be perfectly honest with you, right? Like my channel, like my main channel, my activism channel, my big channel, there's no videos of you at all. I
wouldn't know. I've never been there.
Hey guys, my calzone is here. I gotta go. I'll be listening.
Fuck off with your calzone.
Isn't that from Hungry Howie's?
I have no idea. I didn't watch that.
Calzone. I think that's what that is. They call that's some type of a sub. They call it a tug. You can get the steak and cheese. I think.
Listen, buddy, I don't have any problems with you. My backup channel is just like where I go to let my hair down and shit. When I go on panels, buddy, that's just like that's my downtime. You know what I mean? So there's no need to like make bones off of you because there's no videos I do for you. Like my channel's for fucking activism. My backup channel's not monetized. Like I've made my bones doing my shit in one day. I don't have anything personal with you.
Gotcha.
It's a low blow to make fun of a disability. It's wrong to make fun of anyone that has any disability. But you know that's the YouTube game. Is it right? No. Did I do it? Yes. I'm unapologetically uncensored.
And I appreciate you being transparent about that because it's the truth, you know. And you got to remember something, man. We're not just talking about me. You're talking about a lot of people that I know that are personally fucked for the rest of their lives because an acne fell out of them. I'm being rhetorical. I'm just being in general when I say acne. You know, a bad accident happens to them and fucks them up for life. So, and sometimes reality takes you being a man. Okay, anybody being a man, you know, when he gets something that he uses every day. Especially our age, I'm 50s. I'm in my 50s, dude, my early 50s. So from 43 on to now, 43. It'll be 8 years this year. So from 43 on to now, my manhood was taken from me. Parts of my manhood was taken from me, and you know, when reality hits you like a subway train like that, and then you guys come in and start reminding me of like nothing, there ain't a damn thing I can do about it. Words, it's not the words that's doing it; it's the reality of it. You understand what I'm saying? You could talk to your blue in the face about something, all right. All it's doing is reminding me that I'm fucked. All right, in that area. That's all it does. It just reminds me that I am fucked and I need that hand. I wish I had that hand. I want to get back up into a truck. I want to fucking make some money. Do you know how much money I can make right now? If going on somebody's, even driving locally I still hold my CDL. A lot of people will not hire me because I'm a liability to their freaking insurance company. You know, they can't have me up there, you know, having my handicaps, and I'll barely pass the DOT as it is.
Listen, man, I can't like change what happens
because of my blood pressure problems because of all the pains.
I can't imagine what it's like to have that type of a disability. I think anyone that says that, oh, I know how you feel, I don't know how you feel, so I'm not going to say that. But you know, to be perfectly honest with you, that when I came out of prison, people were talking about you. I watched a couple videos. I came into 2 live streams. I was showing some love, and you were going on a rant about something. And I was in the live stream, and I was just chatting, and I was like, "You get him," to whoever you were owning in the fucking chat. And then I think you thought that I was conversing with the person in the chat, and you just fucking went off on me. I got blocked, and I was like, you know what, dude? This guy doesn't even fucking know me. He wants to fuck with me in the chat, then the gloves are fucking off. I came in here showing support because I don't care what the drama is or what people say. I do my own thing regardless of the consequences. And at that point, I just went all in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's no hard feelings from me, dude. As long as as far as I'm concerned, you know, you are a civil rights activist, you are an auditor, you do that, and anyone that does that, they do it for the cause. You know, everything in the meantime I picked up, like you saying the N-word, shit like that, stuff I put on my backup channel. At that point, it was just because, all right, you know, the guy wants to fucking silence me, then I'll use my fucking voice and I'll be a fucking thorn in his side. But
and that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. When I get accused, when I say a nigga like me, and everybody knows what I say, when I mean when I say it, and there's nothing wrong with saying it. I'm talking about in the legitimate world. Fuck on. I don't give a fuck about what people feel online. If they're in their feels and they're being real with their feelings, if that's the only thing that upsets you about what I have to say, I'm telling you, we talk about atrocious shit, okay, out here on these streets. And it's 50,000 times worse than calling myself a nigga. And that is, if that's a problem for people, you know, especially the majority of these fake ass people out here that continue to listen to rap and they get high and they're sitting there, yeah, I like this shit, man. You chill out. And all you hear is nigga this, nigga that, nigga this, nigga, nigga, nigga. And you're like, wait a minute, you don't got a problem with the rap culture? And especially Caucasian people, it shows their inner racism, because if they think that that's truly inappropriate, the average brother that I know, that I've been down with, if all you got to do is look up my record, since y'all know me, who I am, so you know I'm about the life. All right. So why is it hard for anybody to know that I can talk to brothers like that? I've been around them all my fucking life. Hell, I just released a freaking video of me and a couple brothers the other day sitting there smoking a fatty last night. Listen, you know, dude, 2 o'clock in the morning, and people don't know me. And because
when you say that, listen, dude, when you say that, I've never taken it as racist. It's just at that point, like, I'm in it, so I'm just gonna fucking ride you. Trust me, buddy. I have an
I get it. I get it. But that's not been a problem with me. I knew you were riding me on that. I get why you're doing it there, because it's an easy target. But you can't go around and expect people to take you serious, especially if the individual has the medical issue that you're making fun of. That I can never take you serious on that. I can't. But I am willing to give people a benefit of a doubt and let them grow with it. Just like, you know, we all got to learn. We're not perfect. We all make mistakes. And that's why I'm letting you up here talking right now.
You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, just like I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea.
And that's a fact.
You know, you don't need to take me serious. You know, my name is in case law. I've been arrested 10 different times for Constitution protected activities. And every time those bracelets are offered, I take the ride, I get back out and I go and film. I have 680 videos. Like, I do this. So I know what I'm about, right? When it comes to like the YouTube street drama, that's downtime for me. It really rents no space in my fucking head. So whether you take me seriously or you don't, or people like you or they don't, it just depends on what people like and what people feel. I don't ever feel that I need to earn somebody's respect, because the moment I step out and record and know that I could lose my life and my freedom doing it, I've earned that respect. And if people don't like me, people don't like me. That's just the game.
Yeah.
There he is. What are you doing, buddy?
Hey, check this out, guys.
I don't fucking know.
Right before, since you brought up prison, Josh, if you look at this cell right here, I heard you say you were in prison, so you would know why. I wouldn't have to explain to you why I have this picture, because, or excuse me, due to the fact that I was in that cell for 1.5 years.
Oof.
And that is 8 block. That's where they did the tours behind the biggest wall prison in the world, right? Before they knocked the rest of them down. They opened them up for, you know, for people to take tours in them. Well, that picture was taken before they actually knocked that block down. So I actually got one of the cells that I was in out of the 5-year bit that I did.
Fuck.
See, I filmed from the outside of the prison that I went to, but I never got pictures of the inside.
Well, you know when they close them down, you know, because they don't always keep them open. You know, they close them down. Sometimes they close them down periodically, just for renovation, and they'll keep them closed for years, and then they'll do tours in them. You know, and then you're able to do that, or they stay locked down. You know, like the same thing with schools. they'll knock down half the schools and they'll use it for maintenance and shit. Government use different. God knows what they would. Those buildings are so damn old. They were made in the early 1900s, man. So they're super uber duper old, and they're ready to crash anyway, and it's their liability. And
I'll tell you one thing. The prison that I was in, it's a classification. For the first 3 months, you're in a classification prison where they figure out where they're going to ultimately send you.
Yeah, quarantine.
But up until 10 years ago, it was the main maximum security prison.
Yeah.
It was built in 1940, and when you walk out from the blocks to the yard, you actually pass the old execution chamber, and they still keep it there just to remind you that you might never leave. This shit's fucked up.
Well, they use it. Yeah, it is a reminder, but they do use it for storage and shit though, because I've seen the one, and the reason why everybody, to explain my opinion from that point of view, when he was hitting on prisons and oh God, I forget how to put it, man. When Josh was just speaking on walking out these old buildings and the things that they do, they usually, or they put you in the maximum security one for and they call that in Detroit, or excuse me, in Michigan, they call that quarantine. You got to go to quarantine, and then they'll put you out into the system from there. So that's where they, they teach you the rules. They teach you out of jail. They teach, that's training grounds. That's boot camp. So that's the most lockdown time of your whole bit. You're locked down 23 hours a day, and then they let you out maybe for an hour on the yard and in shower time at night. Not
even. We were because of COVID, I had to file a fucking lawsuit. Never went anywhere. We had 15 minutes of rec a day. So every day I had to decide, do I want to shower or do I want to make a phone call? You know the movie with Spencer Confidential with Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
At the beginning of the movie, they're in a prison. That's the prison that I was at, Walpole State Prison, Mass.
Yeah.
She's no joke. But listen, I got to run. I just wanted to come up, and I didn't want to be conversating with you from the chat. You know what I mean? I don't have to play with you from the chat. I wanted to be able to speak to you one-on-one.
Well, you do realize, I mean, every porn bomb, and I'm not trying to bring up old shit because I'm not a rat, dude. Okay, I really don't rat people out. I really don't. But the content and the stuff that was played, I immediately saved and downloaded and took off of YouTube. I'm just letting you know, if you say you got them bigger channels, and if people, all they got to do is send that video to YouTube, and all your content will be stolen forever because of that. So if you guys are out there doing that shit, and you guys have these big channels, I'm telling you.
Movie, I'm gonna tell you something right now, and I'll leave it at this. I didn't porn bomb you. I was more than happy to take that and say that I did, just because I was so aggravated with you. I wanted you to think that I did it because I wanted you to be stressing over it. You know what I mean? But I'll be 100% honest with you on what I do as an activist, and I did not porn bomb.
The three people that come up here and talk for 5 or 10 minutes and then porn bomb me, I got all 3 of them videos. All right. And all 3 of them have big channels. I just want to say this for the record. If I was that piece of shit that decided that wanted to get back, that should tell you something about my character, because all you got to do is just read YouTube guidelines. And if I sent that video in, that would be the video that hangs you, and you told.
I promise you, Wolvy, I promise you, I can tell you right now, I've been talking to AFA for the last year and a half in his Discord server. AFA would.
I'm saying that rhetorical out there all the way, though. Okay. As far as out there in general, I don't care if he did or if he didn't.
Yes. Okay. Yes, in general.
AC knows that he did it. Slow burner in here knows that he did. AC he knows what he did. I saved it. You know what I'm saying? I got it saved.
Yeah, AC admitted.
Now, I'm not saying it was slow burner. I think that a trick was played to make you believe it slow burner. I was,
You know for a fact.
It would never.
That's
be,
a fact,
It
man.
would never be
I
me.
would play it, but I
Ever.
would be screwing myself if I did
Yeah,
because
don't-
they
don't
would
do
take
that.
me down for it.
hey,
Yeah.
Wolvy,
Full
here's the thing: you gotta
ejaculation.
be,
Full
you know
ejaculation.
the porn bomb is that no one ever expects. And here's what you have: like you're getting your trigger finger ready, right, for someone to turn on the camera. That's not how you're going to get got. What people are doing is they're changing their avatar. So, like, you'll see my
No, I
avatar,
know,
for
I know,
example,
I know.
and then I'll change my avatar to a porn bomb. That's how people are getting got.
Yeah. And they're not even paying attention. They don't even know what's happening. You could have 15 or like 10 people up on panel and you're not really paying attention. And that can happen.
I mean, I have done it before.
All they do is shut their
do it, but
yeah.
it wasn't you.
All they do is. Shut
I'm
their
just
camera
telling you
off.
right now, that's not how I roll. I just don't do that. I don't believe in that. I think
Nah.
I think if
Me
the
neither.
legitimate world,
No way.
if you judged in the legitimate world, looking at that type of behavior, you can run that type of behavior with criminal sexual conduct because you don't know who's watching, and that's why you're not allowed to do it live, let alone to put up any videos like that because it's just.
And that's honestly, I'm gonna say, like, from my point of view, right, from where I come from, like, honestly, that shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
That shit is fucked up, dude. I don't care who you are or where you come from or how mad you are, dude. That shit is fucked up, dude. To porn bomb somebody's channel, even if it's just a picture, right, on your fucking profile, and you shut your camera off, it's still.
I mean, like real people that have, to add a little further what you just said, there's people out here that has admitted to like being caught and I guess there's a record of them that's criminal sexual conduct. For an example, Rick Crude. That guy has no problem admitting that he's a racist.
Oh yeah, no,
that guy has no problem with looking in the eyes of a camera and call somebody a hard ER, and you can feel it coming right out
Wolverine,
of him.
I have like 40 clips of him doing it.
Right,
Rick Crude. I have like 40 clips of him. Alt F10, fucking NVIDIA replay. I have like 40 clips of Rick Crude fucking doing it.
But see, if people like him could not live in my neighborhood. That. I'm just letting you know that right now. Listen, I don't live in a hard, bad, terrible neighborhood. But even in my neighborhood, if they found out, I know how these kids roll.
They would slay you.
You would just have nothing but problem.
Yeah,
you'd be paying deductibles for the rest of your time there.
Forever.
Right?
Until the day you fucking moved or died.
And that's why I love. That's why I love my community. I'll know who I am.
My community and my neighborhood is the same exact way. If you were to be like that in my neighborhood, you would get fucked so quick.
Yo, boys, excuse me. I gotta fucking drop. Like, I just wanted to come up and clear the air. So
I'm good. I'm good with that, man. I'm good with that.
You know what I mean?
I appreciate you coming up.
And I will say I don't apologize because I have the ego of a cop sometimes where I can just do no wrong, even in my own mind. However, with that being said, retrospectively, it is never acceptable to make fun of someone's disability, whether they are born with it or not. I think that shows
you should be apologetic. You should be. If you believe that, you're contradicting yourself, dude. Because if you really believe what you just said, you won't go that low. I mean, you're enabling what you just said that it's not right. Okay.
I mean, listen,
and being hold up, brother, and being an activist. Come on, bro. You're an activist.
Is there when you talk about being an activist, and here's how I balance this out. Right at the time, I really didn't like you because you flipped out on me, and I know you. I just think you got caught up, and you didn't see that my comment was going in your favor and against the trolls. But at the end of the day, in all my videos, I say feelings don't trump rights. Right, so I believe that your feelings don't trump my rights. However, I do also believe that there's a moral balance, and because you have the right to say something doesn't mean it's always right to do it. So that's where I'm
some
meeting
things
you
are better left unsaid.
I apologize that I took that type of action against you to demean you. So I apologize for that, but I still respect my right to say it. It wasn't
and I do too. I do too. That's why you're up here right now. Okay. I'm proving my actions by letting you back up. Okay. And I wasn't going to let you up, but my common sense told me that eventually wisdom, you have to, if you're going to carry any wisdom in your pocket, okay, And that sometimes a wisdom is a card that's played if you know how to play it right. That is what giving people chances to redeem themselves or to change the perspective or to enlighten you on something. You can learn something off of somebody that you hate or you have a discontent with or that's been adversarial to you. You just explained to me something that was a fact that I don't remember that situation, but I'm going to say it's more likely than not likely that you're telling the truth on that situation because I did attack chat. I had trolls coming in. I never seen this. I didn't know anything about YouTube. I was a fish to it. You know what I'm saying? I lived in the real world, and living in the real world, I mean, even though that people take fat as weakness, I'm just not one of them type of people that you should take for granted. You know,
Well, your
when it
resilience
comes
is
to
to
in the
be
real world, because I'm cut like that. I really am cut like that. You look up my shit, it'll tell you that I'm cut like that.
I'll tell
I'm
you
a
one.
proposal B. I have all kinds of issues. I've been very assaultive since the age of 12. It's in my fucking record. So when somebody tells me that I'm not that, what I say I'm saying, that, you know, I think they're full of shit. And for them to come on for them to come out here on this thing and me not know nothing about it, I'm still thinking that we're talking straight. You know, I'm thinking this is a real thing, and that's why I said, you know what, guys, I'm taking YouTube way the fuck too serious. That has been my major issue, and that's why I'm back. That's why you see me insert my wisdom and back up off it.
Listen, man, when I started, I would pay attention to every single troll comment, every single article. I would watch every single video that was done on me. And then I just realized that trolls are like anything else. They only grow if you feed them. And we are creating our own content. We're going out there, putting our asses on the line, putting our freedom on the iron to create our content. And then they're just riding off our back. If anything, I can compliment you on your resilience, because that's one thing that we share in common. You've been through so much shit, and every single time you just keep coming back and less bitter each time. I think that when I come back from going through some shit, I get a little bit more bitter. So I give that to you. Much respect. New York Tyrant Hunter, fucking killing it, my man. And much love. And I'll be watching from the background. Thank you for chatting with me. I appreciate it.
All right, cool. All is well, bro. Have a good night.
Have a good night, guys. NY, my man. Later, bro.
Later, my bro. I mean, tomorrow I'm supposed to look at a car. We'll see what happens. You know, $1,000, 73,000 miles. We'll see what happens. You know, that shit goes through. My channel will be booming. If not, well, fuck. I'll be
here. Let's clear the air while we got you on here. Now, the last issue that we had was somebody sharing my butt cheeks online.
That was not, dude.
Hold up. I'll let you say.
Just
stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. So, okay, I know that this girl's telling me that she's seen my butt cheeks, and you're the only one that I shared that with. The only one. All right. And now I see Steph. She comes out and she says, well, I seen your ass online. So I'm thinking, oh my God, this mother effer did do that. I can't believe he went that low. And then when you went on that channel, see, I still believed it all the way up until Asmar said, no, that was me.
Asmar. It was Asmar,
Hold up.
right?
He said it was me, but he didn't say it. What the whole problem with that is. She was talking about, and he was talking about my ass crack.
Yeah, I showed you that.
Not my burnt biscuits. Okay.
Wait, didn't I show you my videos?
No, it doesn't matter. But no, I just wanted to.
No, it does matter.
I want to clear the air.
Listen,
that is why. Hold up a second.
Yeah,
that's why. Let's just stick to this right here.
All right.
I wanted to let you know that I literally thought that you shared those my burnt full bare burnt ass.
I would never
right
do that,
before
bro.
they put skin on it. Okay.
I would
and
never
I was showing you guys something. I trusted you.
None of us.
And
none of us in this Discord server would ever fucking do that to you. Dude, listen, even though Matt fucking hates you, right? Matt is the only person in the Discord server who actually doesn't like you.
Well, that's because I told him I didn't like him.
Exactly. So other than that, everybody else was fine with you. You had an issue with Matt, and you kind of took it out on me. Like I did something. I didn't do it, dude. I was trying to help you. Like we were kind of bros and shit. And
I
you
kind of seen you like
kind of
riding the
well, I always
fence,
ride the
and I
fence.
know why you did. Okay,
I
but you
always
got to
ride the
remember
fence.
something. You and I had we had
Yeah,
each
I know.
other's personal information. We knew each other,
I
and
wouldn't do that.
we
I
knew
would
each
not
other
do
a
that.
little. We knew each
Nope.
other a little more than the average guy out there
Dude.
because we spent a lot of time talking to each
I
other,
wouldn't do
right?
that. I wouldn't do it.
So I
wouldn't
mean
do that.
that is
Listen,
what made me
listen.
feel that. Now
It
go ahead
doesn't
and
matter.
say your
It
piece.
doesn't matter if you left a Discord server and you were fucking angry and you whatever you said, right? It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Right.
We don't do that. We
Right.
don't do that. We are not those people. We are not the bad guys. We don't dox you. We don't release your information. We don't fucking like no justice. We don't make fucking videos about you. Okay? We don't do that. We do not do that. That is not in our blood. We are not those people. We are
Right.
good fucking people. And Matt stopped drinking, so Matt's a lot better now. He's
Is
got
he?
I think he's got about
Well, then I don't know why he would hate me, because he's got, coming to
he might not now, right? But
coming
he's
to
got
like
almost
a
50
point of
days without drinking.
clarification. When your mind gets clear, what they teach us, and all of us that goes to, if you go to any kind of AA or NA, the first thing you have to do is understand that you've upset people and you have to forgive, and you got to ask their forgiveness. That is one of the first or second steps that you have to do in the programs. All right. So you can't go around hating people. And if he's sober and if he's taking advantage of that type of
you have
help.
to remember, he's not in a program. He's not.
Oh, so he did it on his own?
Yes, he just
that's awesome.
He said, you know what, dude, I'm fucked up. I have to stop drinking right now. I have to stop doing it. The next day, he stopped drinking. I swear to God.
I can respect. That's admirable.
He did exactly what I did. When I said, you know what, I was doing this drug or this drug or this drug, and it was fucking my life up when I was younger, I just stopped doing it. He did the same thing. He did it. Yeah. I said, Matt, you're stronger than this, dude. You can do this. The next day he woke up, he never drank since that fucking next day. And that night,
you can understand,
was really, 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 really bad, bro. It was bad.
Your other buddy on there, I don't know his name, I don't care to know it, but
Chris,
and him, they really don't have an issue to be mad about, because the anger was a false fight to begin with, because it was a misclarified thing. Because remember, you're the only one, and you know damn well if you were me, you would be upset too, and it would give you all the justification to cuss and say every fucking thing in the book to a person to do something.
Maybe not everything in the book, but I'd be pretty pissed.
Everything in the book. What would exclude a person from showing somebody's intimate freaking details that they trusted you with?
See,
I mean, that's like showing you my weaknesses.
I get that. Maybe we don't get that. I get that, right? Nobody in our server would ever do that to you. Ever.
Well, I'm just saying, it's against the law too. But my point is this. I'm not
us.
I'm not trying to, I don't even want to point no more fingers at nobody no more. I really don't, because my mind is trying to live right now. I'm trying to hold on to everything that I have.
Right.
To just coexist in a world full of chaos. And I know what my fate's going to be. And a lot of people don't know that. And do you know that? You find comfort in stuff that you don't know. There's comfort in stuff you don't know. You know that, right?
Yeah.
It's called ignorance. If you don't know
that's why I search the web every single day.
There's no fear. You don't have to worry about it. But me, I wish my doctor would have never even found what he showed me on that CAT scan that was done back in July, and then July 14th, they told me that shit, and that's when I went out and got arrested that day, and that's why that fear hit me when I knew it, and I started to have panic attacks, because I knew what they were going to do to us. They were going to stick us down there. They stuck them in that freaking. They just didn't stick them in jail. New York. They put them guys in a correctional facility.
Yeah, you went in the hole.
Yeah, they were on ice, You know what that would have did to me?
That would have
You know what?
sucked,
It
dude.
probably would have killed me. Number one, I didn't have my sleep machine because
Yeah.
when I fall asleep, and number
Yeah.
two, I lose oxygen. Number three, that
Yep.
sicknesses was going around in there. All
I
that would have
know.
hit me at the same time. You know damn well they would have watched me die.
I mean, yo, I've been sick for 11 days. I'm still sick right now as we're
Right
talking.
now.
11 days. Today is day 11. I've been sick.
Yeah.
I fucking can't kick it, dude. My nose, my fucking throat. When I wake up in the morning, I fucking cough up like green phlegm. It's 11 days. It is what it is.
Oh, I'm gonna get chat back up here, so I'm gonna say hello. All right, slow. We got Unblock Me, Wolverine, Beef Curtis.
That was me.
Oh, is that you?
Yeah.
Are you still blocked in here? Why are you blocked?
NY Tire Hunter is blocked.
You know what? Maybe when I unblocked everybody on those other channels.
Probably.
Here, let me see. It might be. I can't wait to freaking get my room renovated and put my big ass computer up. That's gonna be a badass motherfucker, dude.
You got a computer like mine, right?
Yeah. I got the Omen with the gaming.
Oh yeah.
The gaming.
A solid one. 2-3 monitors.
Yeah, I got 3 monitors. They got the 4 speakers in them.
Yep.
With the graphics and I forget exactly. They're above HD. It's for games to make games more realistic.
It's 2160p.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they're really nice.
Just like mine.
They're really nice. But
yes.
Let me go into this.
The good shit.
Yeah, I spent just shy of 3,000 on all that.
Yeah, that's about what mine is. A little under that. About 2,600.
Yeah, but I'm gonna buy some more too. I'm gonna buy another one. You know what? They should have one coming out, a flat screen like that, like the one I have now, that has a better card in it and
yeah, like an SSD.
Do more, and compact everything the way they do. Because I like that. It saves space, dude.
And it's touch screen, so you can just like boop, 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 boop.
Yeah,
boop,
you
boop.
just touch it and do it. You go, be all you can be.
Yep.
It's easier for me anyway. But where's that shit at? Oh, there it is.
Hubbard.
You might not be blocked, dude. You might be wrong. Have you tried to comment?
Yeah.
Good try. Right now, before I do anything.
All right, I commented. Let's see. Oh, am I not blocked? Am I blocked? Let me see. Oop.
See, these are all sock accounts I got in here. Every one of them so far that I'm looking at. There's like 50. You know, Nathan's got 36 sock accounts blocked in here. 36. I mean, come on, man. What's that tell you about the person? 36 freaking different channel accounts. You got to create, them are potential channels. But instead of turning it into a channel, it's just for the troll. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I counted 33 of them so far. No, you're not blocked in here. I don't see you in here blocked.
Yeah, I'm blocked.
No, you're not, dude. What are you coming under? I mean,
nyterrorhunter@gmail.com. Yeah, that's my normal one. Yep. I said hi, hello. Yep. Yeet.
Maybe I missed. Oh, wait a minute. Is it the orange with the orange?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I was looking for the white.
Nope. I had to change it.
All right. Good.
The white was like.
All right. I should. It's saved. As soon as I hit save, you should be able to go ahead. Go ahead. Try it.
The white made no sense. I was like, what the fuck?
Let's see if we can see it. Hey, Jonathan, how you doing, buddy? There you go. You're cool.
Yep.
Yeah, because you usually had that white one.
Yeah, I switched.
But the only there's 2 people blocked in there. I'm serious. 36 of those accounts are freaking Nathan's. That's why I won't let him back in. You came to my account with 36 freaking sock accounts. I don't want you here. Go on with your game, because that's all. When you have that many accounts, that only means one thing: you're a troll, and you're obviously not a good troll to me.
You're a
If
troll.
you're going to be a good troll, a
Yep.
troll's going to troll everybody. Okay, they're going to bring up facts. They're going to
Yep.
dispute people that are talking shit inside the chat and on panel, wherever. That's a good troll. I don't care about them. Let people talk all they want, right?
Yeah.
But when you directly attack somebody and continue to say nubs and fuck that and attack my, you know what? I'm not going to play.
I mean, yo, you saw what I shared. I didn't share anything about nubs or none of that bullshit. I only shared the funny shit where me and you were having a grand fucking time. You saw it.
When is the last time Wolverine talked about an audit for more than 5 minutes?
Dude.
You know,
well, let's hear it.
You might want to ask yourself this. Ask yourself this. This is my response to
play an
this.
audit.
Okay. You might want to ask yourself when Wolvy was talking about audits, every time Wolvy got into even going up on other people's freaking panels, like when I went to several different panels,
yep.
And I would talk about what it is that we're doing and why we're instigating a certain this instigation technique that we have that we use to pull that tyranny out of them. And every time I come to a point of clarification and people are listening, you got some jealous asshole that comes in and starts trolling you. And you know what? I just got sick of it. And the people that were on that channel, let them up to do so. They were complicit with it. So that's why I fell for the game and went all the way with it. You know, I'd say fuck it, and I would act like a moron back to them twice as much. So that is, and I'm not justifying, I don't like that behavior. So I chilled out on YouTube and I said to hell with it. And people started opening their eyes. And I'm gonna tell you this. My channel is still growing. Go back and look. It's every 2 days. I'm still getting 10 subscribers. It is. You go back. It's showing it. I mean, I've gotten over just in the past 30 days. I've gotten over 72 freaking subscribers.
And that's what's up.
You know, there is an audience out there for me, and I'm building my own audience. But you know, I've even had my people cut into my brother and say, you know what? I could see where Adam's decline is. I see where his what the doctor is talking about and how I'm explaining things anymore, because it's sometimes I have a hard time keeping a thought onto the specific. That's why I like to stay on specific narratives so I don't go too far off topic, because then now I got to re-explain myself and then I lose my thought and it's all fucked up. And it's a really good educational subject that we're talking about, because it involves us all. Who out here likes to be pulled over? Anybody? I doubt it. You'd have to be a troll to say I. All right.
Yeah, fuck that.
You know, so we all know nobody likes to be inconvenienced and pulled over, right? So if you know things that can help you out, just because, for an example, you're driving down the street, right? And you know, when you got them railroad tracks that are passing over, and it makes you go under, like now it's a bridge. You're going under the railroad tracks, and then you go up to park. You know what I'm talking about? Where there's an overpass on the highway. So what these cops are doing are for an example, they'll sit on the other side of that just to get you 2 mile an hour over and pull you over for doing 2 mile an hour.
Yo, they do that. They do that. Wait. They do that here in the country.
Yeah,
there's none
they
of that
do it everywhere. They do it everywhere.
There's none of that on the freeway or highway, but in the country, there's lots of that. Like you go under like double-sided fucking like stone walls, and there's a bridge. There's a train fucking track above you. Dude, on the opposite side, dude, the police sit there. You're not wrong. You are literally not wrong.
Well, I went to court for running a red light.
Stupid.
Go figure. You believe that one? Of course, that's easy to believe. Yeah, but I went to court for disobeying a traffic control device because I wanted to break it down into that and pay this $175 to get the fuck on. And back then, you had to go in front of a judge. It's not as tyrannical if it was like it is now, because you got a court clerk making judgment rules, you know. So anyway, when I was in there and I'm waiting for my case to be heard, and I'll be damned if this old man got called up there and the judge was embarrassed. You could see it on his face. Well, sir, you're here today because, you went 1 mile an hour over the speed limit. And he had that, like, it kind of shameful look on his face. And he's like, he didn't even want to look the guy in his eyes. He's looking at the cop like, you dick, you know? That's what I seen from the judge. And it wasn't the normal judge that's there. It was one of those stand-in judges for that day. It was some type of, what do they call them? Referees that fill in for judges, administrative judges.
Administrative.
I forget. Yeah, they're administrative judges. They got judgmentships. All right, they're called referees in Michigan. They come in and sit on people's when, like, the judge wants to take a vacation day, or he's sick, or he couldn't make it, or even a session, even a morning session. I've seen him do that. And no change, and he'll come. But anyway, you can see the shame in this guy's eyes, his body language. And that's when I started realizing that's some tyrannical ass shit right there, to take advantage of what? An operational error. You're not just, not paying attention and just, flooring it and putting people's lives at risk. You're actually, it's progressive energy. When that car goes down, it goes a little faster. We all know that. And they're taking advantage of that.
That judge also never reads anything. He only reads what the crime is.
Yeah.
That judge who fills in, he reads the crime. What happened? Yeah. Right? And he reads like a quick summary of what happened.
And you could hear his own. I don't know how to maybe I'm a little tired, but I've been in bed all day. I haven't did shit. Dude, straight up. I got up.
I've been sick for 11 days, dude. I've been in bed fucking for like 9 hours today.
Well, a couple of my African-American friends come and picked me up last night, and they took me out and got me trashed. So we had some fun.
I should honestly probably go to sleep right now.
So I was up till about 5 o'clock in the morning. So the bar, I was very surprised. I won't say the name of it, but they were serving me drinks after 3 a.m. with the front doors open. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, they do that here too. A lot of
shit's changing. It's laxing.
Yep. Everybody's laxing.
Yeah, but didn't you want to see this cop? You wonder why they let that shit go. That's because they're probably watching that motherfucker. So the first motherfucker come out swerving, boom, there's $22,000 right there. Easy in the state of Michigan. Dude, and COVID went up because it used to be like it's 12,000.
It's 20 grand here, so it's
well, you guys are, everything's in New York has always been inflated.
Yeah, it's inflated like crazy.
We're just catching up to the rest of y'all. The rest of us are catching up to y'all, the Big Apple. So that's why they're always trying to
listen. My ass is going to bed.
All right.
Fucking stoned as fuck.
All right. Good night.
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. See ya.
Later.
Be good.
I'll try. No, I won't. No, I won't.
Anyways, people, the things that I like to point out in my activism are things that need to be changed. And you'd have to be a complete disrespectful American to think that it's okay to pull people over for minor CIs when you got crime happening. If you guys go back to that video that went viral, it's got a couple, just under 1 million 1 million and one third, like 200,000 hits on it on the Lackluster when we got arrested down there. If you guys listening to my my app that was open, you'll hear somebody that committed suicide just several blocks from there. You'll hear another somebody getting hit in the head with a hatchet and stole the guns out of their house, and etc. I mean, these guys are like crazy as hell. Yeah, there's all kinds of shit that these guys were like guilty as fuck on, and they, yeah, I'm looking for something, yeah, you'll hear it on that scanner while all my fuzzbuster was going off, and like, maybe 6-7 cop cars. One had 2 of them were all plainclothes cops, and there was a total of 8 cops in 2 cars, and then 2. Let's see, no, 3 had 4 in it, so there was 12 right there, and then the other 2 had 2 apiece in it, and so there was a total of 21 LEOs there. And it was just ridiculous what happened there. Freaking media, MCC. We went and did an audit yesterday. We did Huron Township, and we went to the Great Lakes Water. And you know what was sad about that, guys? I don't even want to show the content of that, because even though they didn't mess with us, I can't say that was a fair one, because it's under construction and they just took over this water plant, and these guys are responsible for, literally flooding out the islands, Grosio Islands, and partial downriver communities that cost millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of damage. And some people even got drowned in it. And that's their dereliction of duty. But yet, we're going to give them $15 million. That's what MCC was pointing out to me on these contract numbers that were on the gate. The Great Lakes Water Authority was, to get these contracts. There was 3 of them out of that big facility there. And, so they were, I guess so there was only one Great Lakes cop there, and he was too busy going from one side of the plant to the other, because we wasn't on the property. So he really didn't have no backup to engage us. So we came back across the street. The people in the neighborhood, I don't know if Freakin's going to show his. He might do it and show you where Darren's get stupid. But there was some Darrens in that neighborhood that was confronting them. And MCC started recording way the hell before this guy got to us, so it could show you exactly what was happening. And you can hear this guy asking questions, walking up on him, calling him out his name. So now we got regular civilians, right? Just regular mojos, just walking up on you, thinking that they can just ask you anything they want to, which they can, and demand a response out of you, and trying to intimidate you because of the things there. And he called MCC a turd because MCC was smart enough to put himself against his car so he wouldn't get his plate, and that's why the guy got butthurt immediately. And it was just stupid. The rest of I don't even want to show it. I was tempted to, but Joe Cool tells me, yeah, you probably should show it so you could, show how, when we're in it's them that we need to change the hearts and minds of, guys. It is. It's those people that feel entitled enough to stick out their chest long enough to see something, say something. Okay, well, fine, ask a question. There's nothing wrong with that. That's cool. But don't get mad and all butthurt and think that you're gonna demand something out of free people, that are not committing crimes, that you are automatically judged. Even when the cops came, oh, you're just doing that to do a response. Dude, hold up. My camera wasn't even on, and you're speaking to me that way. So you're saying that I was there to intentionally yell at people and get them all butthurt so I can get their reaction in that neighborhood, and my camera ain't even on. What are you talking about? So you got me judged right there, the Allen Park cops. You know what? When I left there, we went somewhere else that I'm not going to speak on, but we had a conversation about it, and it's like, I'm really not feeling it no more, guys. I'm not feeling. I think I was very correct when I said that the tyrants and the positions that they're in is because of the bootlickers. The bootlickers allow them to be that, and they follow that system, and we all know that 9/11 was an inside job. If you don't understand that, then you have no wisdom. So that go along, say it's okay, say something, speak up and say something, blah, blah, blah. No, that's a crock of shit. Because we all know it was an excuse for them to set up the stage that they have today, to intimidate people, to give government more authority through the Patriot Act. If you live within 100 miles of a freaking U.S. border, of any border, no matter anywhere in the United States, they can just come down and kick your damn door open for any damn reason they want, according to that Patriot Act. And that's just bullshit. I give them way too much authority. I hear you, car thief. I got you. I'm just catching up, and it's kind of dark in here, and my eyes ain't focusing because I just been lazing around in bed all day. I must have drank about 15 shots last night. Yeah, I usually don't drink like that, but we had fun. I has to make American First Michigan is black. No, it ain't. Go look at it, Max. It's not. That's not black. Promise you that ain't black, dude. Because that's your original shit. There's 17 blocked people. Okay. There's 17 accounts that are blocked in there. No, it ain't. I already looked. It's on your end, dude. I don't know what else to tell you. There's a problem on your end. Maybe you need to refresh your shit. I don't know. Go back out and come back in, because free think the American, whatever that was, it's on block. Trust me. Yeah, it's on block. Because that's your original. But there's only 2 people, and one of them had 16 freaking different accounts. Wolverine Transparency, and then Wolverine Cop Watch. There's like 30 on there, and them are all like Nathan Johnson. The majority of them are Nathan Johnson. Yeah, all his shit, and then some of it, a couple AC shit. So everybody else is on block. See, told you it wasn't. And that's the one you first came in with. Then you hit Max F Nantifa, and then shit happens, man. Whatever. But I what I used to be angry and mad about, I don't got time to be angry and mad about it no more, guys. I really don't. You'll probably be seeing less and less of me out here because I'm eventually gonna wither away anyway. But I'm not gonna spend my last days out here with people that I know that are just trying they're so miserable. They don't want to have good conversations. They don't want to invest time that would educate them to do what needs to be done to make changes and to affect change in any way. And if I was to get arrested, I know I'd be on my own, and because the majority of the people in this community, I'm not speaking for the majority of the 1A community. I'm talking about the trolls in the 1A community have really doubled down on stupid. And I don't want to be put in the mix of anything, of responding to them, arguing with them anymore, because if they, I mean, you guys are, I'm going to tell you what you're going to see. I'm going to use poor dirt farmer as the example, because that guy come at me sideways. When everything was just like tonight, when we have good conversations, and you heard what he said. He heard shit from other people. He was carrying somebody else's torch. That's what that means, Max. All right. So when AFA came in here, he admitted that he came here because he heard from other people that I was doing that, which is PDF. And the first derogatory thing that he said that I can hold him accountable for, if he lived in my state, it would be worth it, because he's cost me monetary loss on my channel because of it. Because he's the one that sent that race baiter Miss B to my shit. Everybody that has any brains knows what she's saying is a lie. Number one, I never did call her that. Okay, that's a fact. Nowhere in my English, and trust me, I was live everywhere I went because I knew my intent. And I showed them that I wasn't intimidated by their threats. And so I can have my record of it when it did happen. And so there's 3 things in that stupid letter that I'm just going to say that shows you it's extortion. Because number 1, the dates are wrong. Number 2, the events and how she's articulated it did not happen. I never did call her that. I said what I said. And even in the chat, Dying to Live came in and said, no, there ain't nothing wrong with what he's saying. She did that to me too, Wolverine. Just ignore her. And Joe made his thing. The only thing Joe didn't like is when I called her a hoe. He said, be nice. Right? But everything else, totally wrong on. Right? So, and then, so that's wrong. And then number 3, she said that I said another auditor and I did some background to know where she worked. I didn't know who she was. And I still don't know. Because I didn't even pay attention to it. She said something about Department of Justice, blah, blah, blah. But if people need to understand, all right, in the 1A community, if they speak on people telling on somebody or ratting somebody out, nobody likes to be ratted on. Nobody likes people that are rats, even in the 1A community. So why would you put yourself behind a rat? Okay, so this guy's connected to a woman that has worked for Department of Corrections. Now, let me educate you all on something. The majority of police officers, just like the people in Department of Corrections, like they're violating their rights on the outside, they're violating their rights on the inside. I guarantee it. that person has seen somebody else violate law and violate human rights. That makes them complicit. Flat out. All of them. Because you're enabling that behavior. You didn't point it out. You're no good. You're trash. That's a fact. Anyway, I'll keep this for the record. You know, and how it's articulated and when the, and you know, when you sit there and, for example, if I come on, let's say if Max, if you had your if you had a live, right, and you had me come up and then another person come up and say that is constantly race baiting. This is what they do intentionally, and they're on the channel that we're talking about. That I got the clip of them sure saying, "Yeah, I know my rights, and I'm going to go over there and get them to say it because I can get $25,000 for that." Right? Well, she's wrong in everything she said, and he said, yeah, we could do that. We can get them to do that. They did that. That's how stupid they are. They did that live, guys. And I got the clip. But I want them to think that I don't. So take me for granted. Because if you ever, which I know you're not going to, but if you ever got me in a fucking courtroom, trust me, I'm suing for the max. Trust me. And because they're different dates, I will put that many cases on you. And the judge will probably hear them all together so he can get it out of the way. But I will have them scheduled for other days if it was it. And you know, you can't just think that if you're suing somebody in any court, okay, and you go across and you got to get them served to come. You know, you can't just send them a letter and say, here's a court date. That's not how that works. You got to get them served, man. Right? So the serving processing center, this is what surveillance is really good for. The day and time, they always got it. You'll win just on that because most of them lie. My shit runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Any day that they come up with, I can pull it up online. Boom, there it is. Judge, dismiss it just on this because there's nowhere near the time or the date of anywhere near that time that this person was served. That's a Sixth Amendment due process violation. They have to throw it out because you know, due process is a major right in this. It's the Fifth Amendment. You know, the Fifth and the Sixth Amendment. So that's number one. Number two is, even if, say, for an example, if the state of Texas wanted me in their jurisdiction to sue me civilly, right? Right? Just saying. If that's what they wanted to do. Say like if they had a state law that gave them civil rights, specific civil rights. You getting somebody served, and if they don't come and they give them a default judgment because they didn't come, you can't come into my jurisdiction and get my jurisdiction to uphold that. It would take you that much money to do it and wouldn't be worth it. Because you have to pay extortion fees to get them to act on it because they really don't have that much authority because they're not making no money on it. See, the judges and the lawyers, they got their own little rackets inside their own towns and cities and states, you know, and so when it crosses state lines, that state will get it. So the judgment fees and all that other stuff that was paid already, and they're not going to be able to get it from me. They won't, and that's how that rolls when you're talking about civil cases. Hell, they can't even get people to pay their felony shit, let alone freak. And that's why they do time and kick them out the back door because they don't got a bed for you. So, you know, especially on misdemeanors. Well, no, it's not actually, because you got up to 3 years in the state of Michigan. I don't know where it is in their jurisdiction. But the point of the matter is that anybody, Bugs Bunny, whoever it is, all right, if you're going to sue somebody and it's not in your state, hell, just put it this way: me in your state, if I tried to sue you, say if you lived up in the Upper Peninsula, you know how hard it is to get you served. The process server has to serve you correctly, all right? Especially if we're talking about $25,000, right? In the state of Michigan, it's only $5,000. You can only get up to 5,000 small claims. And I don't know where she's getting that $25,000. I don't know where that's coming from, but maybe that's her state. I don't know, but that would be in a small claims court because it's not a big issue. It's not a, it's punitive damages can't exceed $5,000. Yeah, these people don't know what they're talking about. I'm just telling you that right now. They don't. But vice versa. I couldn't, if I was to win a case, if I was to put a case on them, get them subpoenaed to come back and they missed it, this court is not going to get that. It's up to me to go get that law enforcement agency to uphold that, and they're not going to do it because they're not making no money on it at all. If anything, you're getting a non-taxpayer out of state to come and mess with somebody that pays taxes in their state. So it's not in their interest to do that at all. There's no interest of the court at all for them. They can't make no money, and they don't honor civil suits like that from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. They don't. Yep. They got to hand it to you, and you got to be served. So see, there's even guidelines for that. There's an MCL on it, where if you're served, they can't just come up and slap that piece of paper to your chest and then walk away. If it falls, it never went into my hand. That's not being served. That's not how you serve people. Especially if there's too much video these days. Who says I have to pick that piece of paper up? I never had possession of it. Just because you put it and touched my body with it doesn't mean I've been served. That's not how that rolls. You got to put it in my hand. There's an operating standard procedure for that. Same, and that goes with anybody. And if you really want to know the truth, she said I was served back in December, and she's a liar. Right now, if I lived in the state of Florida, PDF, he'd be hit like dog shit. Everybody knows his address. They know where he lives, right? And it'd be easy to get him served. Yep, you can pay the sheriff's office, and they love to serve him. So when you got enemies that's why you can't be making enemies like that of all these police. You can't do that, because if you ever want to do anything in the legitimate world, you know what I'm saying? If they're hating you, they're definitely not going to follow the law. I mean, you're recording them because they're breaking the law to begin with. What makes you think they're not going to help you? You see what I'm saying? What makes you think they're going to do something that's in your interest if all you do is things that are in the worst interest? So if I was to do something for them to be able to aggravate you because you've aggravated them, trust me, they would do it. And they would make sure it gets done. But that's how that rolls, though, guys. I think it's funny. He's very liable for what he did. They not only is extortion federally 20 years, but conspiracy to commit extortion in Michigan is 10 to 30. And if he lived here, boy, he'd be in a lot of trouble because of what he has pinned to his shit. Max, if you really his friend, you should educate him on that, because that a federal extortion, that's not a demand letter. When you sit a demand letter in that matter, you got to be right on your facts. if your facts are not correct, which all three of the attributes and the facts that she's using don't even apply to me, let alone they never happened, and she don't have the evidence of it. And she admitted on an open platform that she never had the evidence, and she would appreciate if somebody would bring her the clips. And that's after, listen to me, that's after. Go do your homework, Max. That was after she come out there and said she sent me the letters. So if she's asking for evidence, ladies and gentlemen, right? If she's asking for the clips after she sent the demand letter, that 3 attribute facts are false and erroneous, which shows that improves to the intent of extortion, and then ask for somebody to doctor up some kind of evidence to send to her, that makes you complicit in a crime. Just to let you know that. The third thing is that she said that she had me served. I never served. And that demand, the time, remember, time, place, and manner, the times, every time we communicated, never happened in the manner she did. The place, she's not specific in it, and the manner she did it, not even right. None of it's correct. All I said was a nigga like me. And I'll say that to the day I die. So what? You don't like it, grow up. Because there ain't a racist bone in my body. And I'll say what I want to say. And yeah, I am kind of agitating them because they came at me, and now you're mad at me because you got caught up and you're full of shit. If you're mad and you're full of shit and you continue to act like an ass and you continue to push a false narrative to gain more information on it, that's funny as hell. You're making yourself look like the piece of trash that you really are. That's all I'm saying. No. Be careful, he's watching, dude. He might take your wrench from you. Max. But you just got to understand that the monetary, now say like if she did have them facts, right? You still have to have monetary loss. You have to have something of money of value of loss, a major loss. And it's got to be big. It can't be that you lost a couple $100, because that's all you would get in punitive damage would be a couple $100, right? So you got to show monetary loss because of an action committed. I can actually show that because it's defamation and it's slowing it. I'm supposed to have about 10, 15,000 subscribers by now. And because of what they're doing and the rattling of my cage and you saying and being and acting, everything that was used against me, they were doing. Everything. Gaslighting to the max. Tell you that flat out, that's a fact. I got you. Yeah. I don't think you should care at all, actually, to be honest with you. That's why I was saying a wrench, that don't mean shit. It really don't. It's an illusion. Somebody's giving you false power that's not even real, dude. This shit don't mean nothing. Do you know that? And if we go back into any in the legitimate world, if we go back into let's say if Donald Trump got back in office, And Donald Trump got his IRS to actually follow through with the 501c3s and to hold the people accountable that are silence in speech, because in the 501c3 means that you cannot sway anybody political, whether partisan or bipartisan or bias or unbiased in any political fashion. You see, so like right now, YouTube owes the IRS billions of dollars in revenue because they have been operating under the 501c3, and yet they continue to silence people's speech on the misleading of the World Health Organization. All you got to do is put all that together, read it. You'll see it for yourself. I'm not even going to educate people on it. If you want to know, there you go. Make sure you get a court of public opinion on record somewhere. Take a picture of it, screenshot of it, and it's not like they don't know because they own the shit. They own the technology. You understand? And they're the one held to the expectation, not us. So when you sway my opinion, like Max was talking about one of his loved ones, in the manner of how they went out of this world because of that pandemic, he started to articulate that. And if I didn't stop that stream and take it off, the bots that are in my shit right now are like 5 or 6 words behind me, ready to strike me, dude. They're ready to strike me. They're straight up Orwellian totalitarians, man. That's all they are. They ain't no different from Justin Trudeau or Hitler or Putin or any of them pieces of shit doing what they're doing right now. Yeah. I don't think he's going to run, Max. I think he's going to run the Republican Party. I think he's going to reform it. And I think he's got people set up. Trust me, his money's large, and he's changed. He's changed the narrative because he was a Democrat back in the day. Hey, he used to hang out with all of them. They all used to be homies. Him, the Clintons, even the Bushes were undercover Democrats. Yeah, they played it out to be the Warren type president, but a real Orwellian totalitarian that always comes under the Democrat platform. They always come to that. Everything that has been socialism, communist, that is anti-American has always been brought through the Democratic Party. The Republican Party, they sell out at the top. So, like for an example, we know damn well that Trump and Putin did not have a relationship. But yet, listening to CNN, ABC, and CBC, and all them, they were always talking about the Russian conspiracy. It wasn't nothing. Everything they found came back to Christopher Steele and all the dossier and all that, and they didn't do nothing about it. They circumvented all that and then brought the propaganda in. But you heard what Robert Mueller said. Robert Mueller said one thing. There is no evidence that any American, and Donald Trump's an American, any American colluded with the Russians. But yet, they gave you a bunch of shit that would make you mislead you to thinking that there was some type of conspiracy in there to spend $42 million on an investigation for one reason, because the Democrats said that he was in cahoots with Putin. If anything, it proved the conspiracy that Durham's working on right now. So my point is, what's on the record, dude. And that is how they got all the wartime criminals and brought them to justice back in the day. And they were executed. Same thing with these police and what they're doing. That's probably why they really don't want you recording them, they're on the wrong side of fucking history when they've been violating our rights. As soon as they put them cherries and berries on us, they're violating our rights. We have the right to anonymity. There should be a quorum to what is private about a private individual, and being able to identify a person and where it came from, because of all the different crimes that you can commit. They should be able to identify you, but they should not be able to just identify you because they want to know who you are. They got to have a real issue for a real crime. So that driver's license thing, we all know damn well the Fourth Amendment stands. We have a right to go to and fro from, or I'm not, this is not verbatim. This is just breaking it down. The Fourth Amendment. We have a right to go to and fro without being molested, and to keep our anonymity at all times, and to be secure in our papers. Flat out. That's the Fourth Amendment. It's guaranteed to us by our birthright. But yet them cherries and berries goes on. They violate that every time, because not everybody, Max, if you're listening, I know you're a truck driver. Not everybody has a CDL, bro. The only people that really have a right to pull over is people like me and you that have them federal licenses. Here, let me put that right. You and I have CDLs to this day. My CDL is still active and operational. I keep it because I don't know, just in case I need to, if I roll some money up and buy my own rig, I can just go ahead and do it. A couple $100,000, I'll do it too. But buy me a couple trailers and haul. I can make all kinds of money. But my body, I don't know if I'll be able to do it because of my issues. Shoot, just passing the DOT, not because I'm fat or anything. It's because of my high blood pressure due to my pain. So if I go back on the medication they gave me back in the day, and if I go back on it the way they want me on it, it keeps my blood pressure down. Yep. Oh yeah, that's all real. Did you know that if you go to Project Veritas, look at this. Let me show you something. I'll bring this up right now. Shit. See this, and this is another silencing thing that they do to you. They try to tell you that these are not facts. They got some pimple popper down in the basement somewhere perpetrating a fraud on Facebook, trying to tell you that there's another side and another point of view to this opinion that the person is basing this on. Stand by. Let's go here. Let me go here. What's that called? Project Veritas, One American News. Right here. This is the home page. Let's see what they got going on here. So they got tons of stories on this thing, dude. Oh shit, they want all my information. I ain't trying to donate. The hell would I want to do that for? I'm trying to sign up for shit. Extra offer hidden in camera, the policy that Biden wants to include. If I can find that one story, let me see if I can. They want me to pay money for that. Hold up a second. The video of Biden taking that $1 billion. The video of the naval officer setting up to receive the $1 billion for Joe Biden in a bar. Let's see if that comes up. Remarks on President Biden in the fight against. You gotta go. It's probably way down here. I'm not saying it right. I'm tired. I can't even say it right, guys. Let me see. Project Veritas video of Biden taking $1 billion. Exclusive video recording hidden camera. Project Veritas released a video Thursday, a legend that shows exclusive level Food Drug Administration. No. It offers hidden camera daily journalist home. President Biden, FBI founder of Keynes O'Keefe in New York, your federal investigation of politics. No, that's not it. One American News, I seen it live. I'll never forget it. He met it there. It's out there. You guys can find it. I'll find it another day. But if you keep looking, and if you got some good search engines, you can probably find. I know New York. If you're still in here, I think he said he's going to bed, but I know he can pull it up because he goes into those daily dumps on WikiLeaks and shit. So all that shit's in there. And if you look at Project Veritas on there, if you can find it, because remember, man, YouTube and Facebook, all these other platforms, they're all liberal. And that goes against, they're swaying us. They're trying to hold that from the public. They don't want you to know that happened. So if you find that video, what you'll see is a naval officer that has a security clearance of making big money transactions amongst diplomats all across the world, United Nations. All right. So they got him to come in and meet with the Chinese, one of the Chinese ambassadors, to fundle $1 billion to Joe Biden. And they all sat down and they said, all right, bring the big guy in. And here he came. Come Joe Biden, the Secret Service. They all sat down in the bar. They had the conversation. They left. Everybody seen that. That motherfucker took $1 billion from the Chinese, y'all. What do you think it was for? What he's doing right now. They conspired with Russia. See what that $1 billion paid for, guys, was all the people that he had to bribe to get this agenda done. You only got to bribe so many people that are in charge of certain, the heads of their departments, and act like they didn't do it. It's kind of like getting these guys to shut down oil production. Who do you think they got on that? The Department of Energy. Who is he? Pete Buttigieg. There you go. Yeah. He bribed him. Guaranteed he got some of that money. Because he's out here putting out fake news. How many people in the media did he have to bribe? They doubled and tripled down on stupid, man. If you guys paid attention, man. Don't sit around here and just because some of these people that, for an example, like me and Joe Cool. Joe Cool and I, we argue about a lot of shit. We disagree on a lot of shit. But he is a good guy. But some of the shit he believes is fully enriched in identity politics. And he's been educating himself. Because I heard the last time he talked to me and how he was articulating and agreeing with me. And then going back 10 months, he wouldn't have known that. And there's a lot of people in Chicago that don't understand that because they don't know what Al Capone really done and his racism and how he was the Democratic Party, snatching Saul Alinsky right off the streets, bringing him in, opening his books, and taught him how to be a gangster and how to pass prohibition. So, and that created a lot of tyrants too. It's sad. It's sad what goes on. And there ain't a damn thing we can do about it, guys. Not a damn thing we can do about it. Anyway, it's getting late. I just figured I'd go live and, get my little 14 subscribers I got out here. That's okay. Y'all hit that like button. Don't forget to hit it. Appreciate it. Everybody go to, if you're on another channel, go to Wolverine Transparency, hit that like button, because I will be creating more content, and I am going to be going out doing auditing, and I will be doing my cop watches this summer when it's nice and warm. So, all right, guys, have a good night. God bless. Be good. Be cool. And remember to love yourself. Above else, if you respect and honor and love yourself, you will treat people the way you want to be treated. Because in order to love yourself, you got to be honest with yourself. And if you're honest with yourself, there's no way that you would enable anything negative. And that's what Joe has been kind of doubling down on himself when he said, clean hands, Wolvy. You got to have clean hands. You know? So when somebody else is acting an ass, you don't got to match that behavior. What in your belief system, you know better. You're a smart guy. Why are you feeding into that dumb shit? You know? I really don't have a justification for that anymore. Now that I look back at it, I can't really justify the dumb shit that I've engaged in. Not that I am apologizing to the perpetrators of all that. I am telling the people that are sticking with me, that have a brain of their own, to know that I do not like the way, or I do not, I'm not content with how I acted. I'm not content with it. I am ashamed of how I acted. To the people that got brains and understand that I'm not apologizing for it because you cut me. The only thing I could do is just sew it up and not cut back no more and leave people alone. You know, I don't even care what they say, because they have and Max, you remember me saying this. I said, oh, the karma is my mother, and karma is going to come back and bite that ass. It is. And I know you've been seeing it. And the sad part about this is, I know for a fact that people that are tagged up right now, once they're done with that guy in Florida, they're going to turn on each other. I promise you that. You'll see what I'm talking about. Stay tuned. You'll hear it live from the Wolvy channel. And I told you, Max, one day, I will have a lot of Wolverine liquors because of it. Because I told the truth, dude. And the truth is not always, at the time it's said, it's never popular, especially when you got a lot of people, you know, without going by the rules. And what I mean by going by the rules is a morality thing. If you have morals and values, and if you're going by the rules, as soon as they broke the rules, there are no rules. So you don't hold me to an expectation you're not willing to hold them to. And carry your own torch out here. If somebody didn't do anything to you, you know what? You could say, you know what? I might not like, or like, if that person did do that, that's fucked up. But preserve your judgment for yourself. You don't need a reason to not like somebody. If you don't want to like them, you don't have to like them. Don't go to somebody else and let them tell you, you don't have to like this guy. You shouldn't like him. Well, and if they tell you something that it sounds good to you, that you kind of like saying, yeah, I could see that, you could do that too. But just remember, carry your own torch. All right. I'm good. Be good to yourself. God bless. I'm back quiet reading the mail.